First City Focus is supported in part by Duke Energy, powering the lives of its customers and communities. Online at duke-energy.com. Good Samaritan, a regional healthcare center offering a variety of services from primary care to same-day joint replacement surgery and more. Good Samaritan online at gshvin.org. Colonial Assisted Living. Colonial is an assisted living residence, promoting independence and dignity for each resident while providing the necessary assistance for daily living. Colonial Assisted Living, 1622 South Hart Street Road in Vincennes, 812-895-1504. And by WVUT viewers like you. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to First City Focus. I'm your host, Dave Foster, and on this episode, we'll learn more about a long-running festival in Bicknell that celebrates the nation's birthday. It's Great Outdoors Month, and we'll take you to an area that offers very diverse outdoor experiences. And WVUT has a brand new series available online, People in Your Neighborhood, introduces kids to various jobs and careers. We have these stories and more coming up right now on First City Focus. The 4th of July is fast approaching, and one local tradition always kicks off the celebration a few days early. It's the Bicknell Freedom Bash, returning to the Knox County Fairgrounds in late June, continuing a tradition that's been part of the community for decades. And here to tell us about this year's event is Terry Strimming. Hey, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, so in your words, describe what the Bicknell Freedom Bash is.
Well, it's our annual 4th of July celebration. However, we don't do it on the 4th of July. We've always historically done it the Saturday before the 4th because Vincennes here has a show, and we don't want to interfere with them and give people an opportunity to come up and enjoy another show if they wish.
All right, so tell us when and where it is and all that good stuff.
So this year it will be on Saturday, June 27th at the Knox County Fairgrounds along State Road 67 in Bicknell.
So how long has it been going on?
Well, this is actually my 21st year involved in it. However, this will be our 20th show, so it's kind of an important deal for me that I made it 20 years doing this. So I really should be 21, but you know, the COVID year knocked us out of having a celebration that year. So this is our 20th, and we're hoping to have it very special, especially in connection with our country's 250th birthday of independence. So you know, we're hoping to make it really special.
So tell me about the early days. How did this come about? Why did you want to do this?
Well, so I was a Bicknell police officer at the time when this started, and another officer on the department, Kevin Carroll, he come up with the idea and to have fireworks in town for the 4th of July. And he asked me to help him out a little bit. And we had a lot of other activities that was going on. We had a bicycle ride with the kids in the community with the police, and had the fire departments involved, and we had some static displays like touch a truck type deal with the police cars, the fire department, the ambulance, and sometimes occasionally we would have Lifeline helicopter come, and so everybody could come and enjoy that and have a good day out. Some of those things have dwindled away. We don't so much do the touch a truck type situation anymore. But we have the fire department now, the Vigo Township Fire Department. They have a bicycle ride or other stuff that they do on their own now that's separate from the Freedom Bash, but they do it in connection with us. And there'll probably be some information out about that later that I don't have at the time. But anyway, I just pretty much take care of getting the fireworks and having some concessions and having some music out there with a band, and we have always had music and had food stands out there, and that's going to continue this year. We didn't quite raise enough money this year to do my biggest hope, which was to have a drone show to go along with our fireworks, but unfortunately we wasn't able to reach that goal. Times are tough, and trying to get donations is tough, so. But we're going to still have fireworks, and we're still going to have a good time, and we're going to celebrate our country's 250th anniversary of freedom.
So you operate totally on donations for the most part, or?
Totally on donations. I've done that for 21 years. It survived on raising donations. So, and it's tough. And of course, the price of product to shoot the fireworks goes up every year. So it's a struggle to come up with it, but we've been successful.
Yeah.
We like to thank all of our donors. I don't have a list of them here with me, but we'll just thank everybody that gave.
And you don't charge admission, do you? Or?
There is no admission fee to get in. It's free to the public. Anybody can come. Food vendors will probably be starting to set up in the early evening hours, 5 or 6 o'clock, and they'll start serving and selling stuff. The band will start playing officially at 7 o'clock, and they'll play all the way up until 10 o'clock when the fireworks happen. We'll have a local food vendor here, Dino's. He has some funnel cakes and other stuff, and we'll have a ice baby shaved ice. It's like Hawaiian ice, snow cones or whatever. And then we have shaky shake ups, which is lemon shake ups. The Bicknell backpack blessings. They do fundraising for backpacks for kids going to school. They usually set up and they'll sell homemade ice cream. And then, of course, our band this year, we have a repeat this year. We have Supermatic, which is a Knox County local band, a group, and so that, like I said, they'll be at the Vincennes University Pavilion at the Knox County Fairgrounds, and they'll start playing at 7 o'clock, and they'll play till 10 o'clock when the fireworks start.
So people should show up about 5 if they want to enjoy the entire evening.
Yes, yeah, show up around 5, 6 o'clock. Like I said, I mean, you'll just be eating at that point and just getting settled in, get you a lawn chair, come out, bring a blanket, whatever you need. But our fireworks will be just a little bit, hopefully a little more exciting than they have been. We have a little thing that we've never done that we're going to try this year, so it'll be kind of a surprise for people to come and see. I hope it turns out well. I hope the weather's good for it.
Yeah. So what kind of music does Supermatic play?
They play a lot of different stuff. I think last year it was like a lot of 80s classic rock type music, and I think they got some newer stuff too.
So why is it important to keep doing this every year?
Well, we're in a small community up there, and it's just good to have something going on in our community and try to draw people into our community to enjoy something, and we can all do it. It's countywide, it's statewide, it's nationwide. Whoever wants to come is more than welcome to come and see us. I mean, we want everybody there. We want to pack that fairgrounds with people, and everybody to come out and have a good time.
All right, and is there anything else special going on for the 250th?
Well, no, not really. I mean, like I said, I really wanted to have a drone show, and that kind of fell through. But we're still going to have a good time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So as we talk here, we're about a week to 2 weeks out from the festival. So do you still need vendors or donations? Or
we always need donations. Yes, we always need donations. I mean, I don't know if we could make it happen or not, but if we would get a donation large enough to get that off the ground, I would definitely be making some calls trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
So,
do you have an amount that you want to pass along? Or?
The drone show alone is $25,000,
Okay.
so it's a significant amount, and we're in the $10,000 to $12,000 range for fireworks alone.
Yeah.
So, and then advertising and insurance and all that. So, it costs quite a bit to put this on.
Yeah. So, again, we're talking about the Bicknell Freedom Bash, June 27th, which is a Saturday.
Correct.
Always a few days before the 4th of July to give folks time to get out on the 4th. So one last question. So what does this festival mean to you? Why do you keep doing this every year?
Well, I'm a very patriotic person, and I like our freedoms that we have here in America, and I think it's very important to celebrate that. And I think it's important that everybody can come out and have a good time.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the festival?
Perhaps there would be a rain out. It would be the following day.
Okay.
So that is our rain out plan, just for people to know. So sometimes that don't always get published right away, but that will be our plan for now. And if something would happen, then we would make changes after that. But fortunately, for 20 years, I think we've only rescheduled one time.
Wow. That's great.
So it's been great.
Bicknell Freedom Bash coming up on June 27th, 28th if it rains. And you can keep up with what's happening at the Bicknell Freedom Bash on their Facebook page. Thanks, Terry, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
June is National Great Outdoors Month, and what began as Great Outdoors Week back in 1998 later expanded into a month-long observance, first recognized as National Great Outdoors Month in 2019. The month aimed at encouraging people to enjoy nature and care for the outdoors. Photojournalist Dave Novak and I celebrated recently with a trip to Gibson and Pike counties at the Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge.
The Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge is a hidden gem. Most people don't know a thing about it, but it's a wonderful place to come and visit. Back in the 80s, conservationists realized what an important area it was, and so they began to work with the Fish and Wildlife Service to create a National Wildlife Refuge. What makes it so important is that it is a bottomland, hardwood, wetland ecosystem, which is one of the rarest you'll find. And this is probably the largest in southern Indiana. With its neighboring partners, the state forest, we probably have one of the largest bottomland, wetland, hardwood ecosystems in the entire Midwest. It's really important for migratory birds, for wildlife, for birds that nest here, and for all kinds of wildlife. We have about 380 wildlife species that use the refuge. We have several endangered species, 62 endangered species that are part of the refuge. So it's an important place for wildlife, and it's also an important place for people to come and experience wildlife and nature. Hey, I thought I recognized somebody here. I know, I can't get away with anything. People see my car and I'm always in trouble.
Good to see you, girl.
Good to see you.
Well, we're all birders. We spend a lot of time together exploring birds wherever they are. And Patoka is renowned for the number of birds they have here. We've been here 20 minutes, I think, and we already have had 30 different species of birds. But we also enjoy the wildlife. We know that there are bobcats and otters and snapping turtles and copper-bellied water snakes and all kinds of rarities that we all enjoy. Yeah. We like all the wildlife. Where are you pointing?
Let's look on that tree trunk right there. All right.
So why is this place and places like this important in Indiana?
Well, I think primarily what's so attractive here and what makes it such a special place is the diversity of habitat. I mean, you have hardwood forests, you have bottomland forests, you have wetlands, you have oxbows, you have river. So you have almost every imaginable habitat. Then we get out further into the refuge and there are prairies. So it's every kind of habitat that you could have in Indiana, so that accounts for the variety of species of wildlife.
These trails are nice because they're shaded in the summer. They're always a little bit cooler. They provide shade, and it makes the temperature much more bearable, even in the humidity. This is Otter Run Trail, and what I really like about this trail is it kind of lets you see what a wetland habitat looks like. It's all bottomland, and it's a narrow trail. It's not a real wide trail, but it leads you along the South Fork and also Maxey Marsh. So you can see where the otter and beaver go from the South Fork across the trail to the marsh. Friends of the Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge, we help out in any way that we can. So it's important. We help organize volunteer work days, which we do once a month. In the past, we were primarily active in promoting the refuge, having educational programs here, bringing people out so people know that it's here. That was our primary role. What has happened now is we've become a lot more involved in land acquisition. If you donate to the refuge, the money goes to the Fish and Wildlife Service. If you donate to the Friends group with the stipulation that it's for land acquisition, we hold the money, and then when property becomes available, the Friends are able to actually buy the land. eventually the Fish and Wildlife Service will buy it back from us. So we've taken on a big role in helping with land acquisition.
We are conserving land here on the refuge that will be conserved forever. I mean, it's in perpetuity. So it means that lands that could otherwise be destroyed by subdivisions or highways or railroads or whatever kinds of, we're a bulldozer concrete happy society. And this will protect this portion of really fabulous wildlife from that ever happening to it.
To learn more about the refuge, visit the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service online, as well as the Friends of the Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge website. Sites also have social media pages you can follow. WVUT TV has unveiled a new series highlighting the people and careers that make up the local community. On June 6th, all 28 short episodes of People in Your Neighborhood were premiered before a large crowd at the Lothian and Red Skelton Gallery of Fine Art on the Vincennes University campus.
First of all, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming out on this Saturday night. I have several people I want to thank for their help on this project. Ann Pratt was not only one of the first people to volunteer to be a neighbor, but she also helped me coordinate this whole event here in this beautiful art gallery. So thank you, Ann. Over a year ago, I asked two of my coworkers, Amy Norton and Tessa Haig, to come into my office and listen to one of my new crazy ideas. Amy Norton created the opening of the show from scratch. The image back there, that's not AI. I said, my idea was cartoon Vincennes, and she ran with that. Another coworker, Eli Carey, I asked him to bring his guitar to work and play a song for me to use in the show, and the next day he showed up with his guitar. My other coworkers have done everything. The show is truly made in-house, so everything is here. It's come from our community. It's come from our coworkers. I came in and I said, I think I want to do a head-to-toe green screen shot. We've never done that before. And the next day, Jim, Andy, and Dave were on ladders, attaching a big roll of green stuff to the wall so that I could try out my new idea. And of course, Tessa Haig. If it weren't for her creative editing, this would not have been possible. In my job and in my life, I try to be like Mr. Rogers. And there's a quote that I feel is very fitting. In every neighborhood all across our country, there are good people insisting on a good start for our young and doing something about it. And every single person who agreed to be featured in one of these episodes has decided that they want to do their part. They volunteered their time to come into our studio and record, and then they let myself or my coworkers come to their place of work and be all up in their biz as well. I wasn't sure how many people I would be able to convince to do this project, but as you've seen on the program and on the coloring sheets, I got 28 people from our community to come in and be a neighbor for our show, and that is amazing and a true testament to our community. It was important for me to include a variety of neighbors with diverse backgrounds, abilities, education levels, and paths to success. I wanted it to be a true snapshot of our community. I wanted every kid watching to be able to see themselves as an adult in our community. All 28 neighbors are very different people who have one thing in common. They have made this area their home, and they take pride in their community. That allows children to see that there are so many opportunities right here in our community. They don't have to go anywhere else. In each episode, children will learn what the job is, why the person enjoys their job, where they work, what kind of education or training they needed to get the job, and what tools they need in their job. People in your neighborhood can be used for multiple educational purposes. Parents and educators can work their way through careers in alphabetical order, as they're listed on the sheet, or they can be sorted into different categories to supplement classroom instruction, such as careers in healthcare, public service, business, or education. There are also 5 episodes where the neighbors discuss their own disabilities and how they didn't let that stop them from achieving their goals. And I feel like it's important for children to see adults with disabilities in our community and understand that they are really not that different from themselves. Showing children adults with disabilities is vital for normalizing human diversity. It breaks down stigmas, fosters early empathy, and helps build an inclusive community. For youth with disabilities, those role models can provide crucial sense of belonging, showing them that they too can live full, empowered, and independent lives. And then last but certainly not least, kids can simply watch these episodes for fun, or to see their parents, aunts, uncles, and their real neighbors on the screen. These videos are great to show children if they are unsure about new situations, like getting a CT scan, going to the dentist, or getting a haircut. Each episode, including the same information, allows children to easily start comparing and contrasting different careers. But don't worry, every video is unique in its own way. There are 28 children who drew artwork for the episodes, and they are just as diverse as the neighbors. Different ages, abilities, and interests got to be included, encouraging children's creativity while making each episode fun in its own way. And what a better place to showcase the next generation of artists than right here at the Lothian and Red Skeldon Gallery of Fine Art. I hope that someday I get invited to some of their future artwork when it's in galleries just like this. Each episode will be available for free on WVUT.org and will exist independently and include coloring sheets and other worksheets. So without further ado,
this series was so awesome. It was great. It's like nothing I've ever seen before, and I think it was such a good thing for our community, especially for our kids. And we were excited to have people in it. We had 3 people from KCRC in it, and you know, that's not an opportunity that you get every day, to tell the community what you do and how neat your job is. And we were just thrilled that KCRC got to be part of it.
It was awesome. Camden did some of the artwork for one of the people in the neighborhood. He did the optometrist, and so that was really, really cool. We homeschool, so we always look for really interesting ways to get him involved in the community and with other people, and so this is really a unique experience.
I love my job, and I love being a part of this neighborhood.
Hi, my name is Leah, and I am a person in your neighborhood. I am an animal shelter director. I like my job because I get to work with great people who all help animals in need. We work to find animals new, loving families. I work at the animal shelter where we take care of cats and dogs that are homeless and need help. My job is important because I get to be a voice for the homeless animals that cannot speak for themselves. Sometimes I work in my office, sometimes I work at other locations throughout the shelter facility, such as the cat room, the dog kennels, or the intake room. I went to college for 4 years and have a bachelor's degree in psychology. All shelter staff wear shirts that say Animal Control on the back so that we are identifiable in the community. Most days I wear comfortable clothes and shoes because we are working and playing with the animals both inside and out. Some tools I use in my job are my computer to keep information about the dogs and cats we have in the shelter, live traps to help us catch the animals that need vaccinated or spayed or neutered, lots of clean blankets and toys for the animals, and a microchip injector for the animals to get microchipped, so if they get lost, we can scan the microchip to find their owners. We take care of animals every day, including cleaning both the animals and their areas, take care of most of their medical care. The goal of the animal shelter is to get the animals healthy and help them find their forever homes. My favorite part of my job is seeing former shelter pets living their best lives as happy adopted family members. I love my job and I love being a part of this neighborhood.
Hi, my name is Joe and I'm a person in your neighborhood. I'm a park ranger. I like my job because I like to connect people to history. I work at George Rogers Clark National Historical Park. My job is important because learning about the past makes us better prepared for the future. Sometimes I work in my office, the information desk, the Clark Memorial, or outside on the park grounds. When field trips come to visit, We dress in clothing like 1779 to help students understand the period more. I went to college for 4 years and have a bachelor's degree in history. The great thing about national parks is that you can study a wide variety of things like history or science to prepare you for the job. I wear the traditional park ranger uniform to celebrate the first rangers at Yellowstone National Park, almost 150 years ago. The uniform also includes a badge, nameplate, and an embossed belt. Vincennes embraces its long history very well, including its history with George Rogers Clark and the American Revolution. Some tools I use in my job are a tricorn hat, an American long rifle, and other accessories from the Revolutionary War era. My favorite part of the job is I get to meet people in the neighborhood who work with schools, local businesses, city government, and other museums. We all work together to share these special places with visitors. I love my job and I love being part of this neighborhood.
Once again, all 28 episodes of People in Your Neighborhood available online at WVUT.org. And there's also some educational materials there that you could download and use at home or in a classroom. In our final focus, we'll take you to St. Louis, where Vincennes Community School Corporation's elementary music students made their annual trek to Busch Stadium to perform before a Cardinals game. Here's some video provided by the school corporation of their June 6th trip.
Performing God Bless America behind home plate are the 5th and 4th grade students from Vincennes Community School Corporation in Vincennes, Indiana, under the direction of Brian Waterman.
And that's all for this edition of First City Focus. For everyone here at WVUT, I'm Dave Foster, and be sure and join us again next time.
First City Focus is supported in part by Duke Energy, powering the lives of its customers and communities. Online at duke-energy.com. Good Samaritan, a regional healthcare center offering a variety of services from primary care to same-day joint replacement surgery and more. Good Samaritan online at gshvin.org. Colonial Assisted Living. Colonial is an assisted living residence, promoting independence and dignity for each resident while providing the necessary assistance for daily living. Colonial Assisted Living, 1622 South Hart Street Road in Vincennes, 812-895-1504. And by WVUT viewers like you. Thank you.